It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Detectives investigating the sexual abuse of a child in the Hunter in 2017 have made a second arrest. Madeline McNeil reports.
Officers arrested a 53-year-old man in April last year following 6 months of investigations. Following further inquiries, a 40-year-old woman was arrested at Waratah Police Station on Monday. Police will allege the woman sexually assaulted the girl at a home in the Hunter in June 2017 when the victim was just 7 years old. The woman's been granted conditional bail to appear in court on July 17. The man remains before the courts. Madeline McNeil, 2NURFM News.
Port Stephens MP Kate Washington is still weighing up whether to run for the leadership of the New South Wales Labor Party. Nominations close on Friday, and it's reported former Newcastle MP Jodie McKay and Cogra MP Chris Minns are also in the mix for the top job. The Newcastle Theatre Company has put out a call for help as new fire regulations threaten to close its doors for good. The NTC has operated for 62 years and is largely run by volunteers. The theatre company needs to find in excess of $100,000 for urgent work to be done to comply with new fire regulations. NTC President Claire Williams says they'll soon start a fundraising campaign to meet the cost.
This came as a dreadful shock to us, as you can imagine. And since we got that news, we've been working very hard to find a way around it. Why does this matter? Without doing that work, we don't get a fire certificate from council. And without that fire certificate, we can't keep our doors open. It's that important.
The owners of 3 hotels in Newcastle and Lake Macquarie have applied to extend trading hours, fueling fresh concerns about alcohol-related harm and gambling addiction. The Gunya Hotel at Belmont and the Shaft Tavern in Ellamore Vale have applied to stay open until 4 a.m, while the Premier Hotel at Broadmeadow wants to keep trading until 3 a.m. The Gunya also wants to increase the number of poker machines from 17 to 30, the maximum number allowed in a New South Wales hotel. University of Newcastle Professor Kipros Kipri says the applications go against the tide of needing to address alcohol-related harm, while people with a gambling addiction are more likely to be playing the pokies between 1 and 3 a.m. than earlier in the night. The Wimba Whopper Association has expressed concern about the sand transfer system being used to deposit sand at Jimmy's Beach and Hawk's Nest. The device, while not a permanent solution, was recently implemented by Mid-Coast Council in an effort to combat the heavy erosion by pumping in replacement sand, but has since run into technical problems with no clear timeframe on when it will be fixed. Association President Ken Garrard says the system is purely a band-aid and there needs to be a better solution.
Absolutely. We need the entire community to support us. We are supported to a certain extent by Mile River Action Group and by Hawk's Nest Tea Gardens Progress Association. But we need more help from the community to put pressure on government to work towards a permanent solution rather than a band-aid.
Hazard reduction burns at Saltash and Wollombi have created a smoke haze across parts of the Hunter, prompting a warning from health authorities. Dr Richard Broom from New South Wales Health has this advice.
For most people, the smoke will just be irritating, but if you do have a pre-existing heart or lung condition, something like asthma, it is important to minimise outdoor physical activity. And if you're finding you're getting symptoms, the best thing you can do is to obviously follow your management plan for your condition, but go indoors to get out of the smoke.
2NURFM Sport.
The Newcastle Knights are expecting a challenging contest when they play the Sydney Roosters at McDonald Jones Stadium on Friday night. Coach Nathan Brown considers the Roosters to be one of the stronger teams in recent history and is looking forward to testing his Knights squad against the best.
The Storm's been in 8 grand finals, they've been in 7 since the turn of the century, so they've been clearly the 2 strongest clubs, and those clubs generally don't need much motivation. They're generally used to competing out and playing some good footy, so it should be a great challenge for us.
Broadmeadow Magic have progressed to the final 8 in the Northern New South Wales qualification group for the FFA Cup after defeating the Lambton Jaffers 2-1 in extra time. Jared Baker scored the winner against Lambton's 10 men after Braden Crowley was sent off in the 80th minute. Broadmeadow are in first place in the New South Wales NPL with 6 wins in 9 games. And Jets W League fullback Gemma Simon is in Turkey for the Matildas training camp in preparation for the World Cup in France. The Matildas' first game will be against Italy on June 9. And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 33, 2, 26, 40, 45, 18 and 36, and the supplementaries are 5 and 31. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.